Good evening, Taylor. This is Wednesday night, and I had just remembered to make your video, so I'm making it now. This is going to be a response to the last video you did about who we are and what makes us us. So we talked about this a little bit earlier. So I think that my main contribution to this conversation would be from Game of Thrones. I'm reading the books right now. So in Game of Thrones, there are people who are what they say they are. So people like Ned Stark and most of the northern people, like Jon Snow and Robb Stark, say who they are and portray themselves based on duty and honor and what they consider is their truth. So they portray themselves through their actions. Basically. They want to make sure that their promises are kept. Littlefinger, who is at the beginning of the show, Master of Coin, he then becomes, spoilers, Lord of Harrenhal and father of Lord of the Vale, and he's able to do that because of how he portrays himself. So he isn't who he says he is, he's rather what he does. He is also what you portray as, so I think that most of who you are is who you portray yourself as. But then there's also times where you are alone at night and you think of yourself a bit differently, so you're not putting on a face, so you might be someone different. And it also might be because we have two different personalities, like who you are is like two different people, like who you want to be seen as and who you believe you are right now. And I think that's really self-evaluated. I think it's really difficult to figure out who you are if you want to figure out who you are, because then you're gonna change aspects of your life. And you know that saying, like, if you research, it's gonna turn out differently. So maybe that happens with when you want to realize who you are. You just like, well, this is who I think I should be versus like, this is who I am. And maybe, okay, so it's also your environment and what you want as your environment. So like, you have like reality around you, and some of it you can't control, but others you can control. So I think who you are is more of the what you can control in your environment and what you want to control in your environment than what is being controlled in your environment, because that kind of creates what you are, sort of. But then who am I becomes like it could become your career. So like there's a capitalist route, like I'm in America, your job usually, or place in society, or where you fit in society, like where you fit communally. And then there's who you are, like mentally. I am this body that I possess, and yet can just detach from for like a little while to introspect and then come back. So it's really complicated. We can keep going. This is an interesting topic, and I didn't even finish my Game of Thrones idea because there's like, maybe I'll continue this in the next part. All right, bye bye.